Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. I'll give you my financial opinion. Hopefully you're not using this stuff as advice, but let's dive in here. I'll give you my opinion. And we've got the dollar here behind me, DXY. We were up a little bit today. Looks like we've got a little bit of fear in the market. We're selling off overall market-wise. It's weighing on all the commodities and precious metals. You can see the 10-year yields diving down a little bit of fear in the market for whatever reason it is. Gold basically trading sideways. It is holding quite strong above its resistance line of 1850. We've kind of blown through that, and it's holding even above the 1870 level. So I think it looks really good. Silver ending up a little bit today, just a little bit, 0.5% or so, but still looking like it wants to attack that 2450 level. And then platinum getting a little bit of a sell-off today. We've had some very strong past 2 days. We'll see where this goes. I'm a bull in platinum. I'm holding it for the long term, but that's where we're at right now. Long-term perspective on platinum, it looks really good for a move higher. This is a spot that I usually buy, is when a chart looks like this. Looking at the XAU to gold ratio, this is the gold and silver index in relationship to gold itself. It is breaking out of its downtrend line this week. Today, we pulled back a little bit today with the fear in the market, just a little bit, but it still looks fine. We've broken out past this downtrend line. Everything's intact for this ratio to be favorable for gold and silver mining companies. So looking at some of the gold and silver mining companies and some of the ETFs, I've got Karora Resources here. And I just kind of look at the same stocks over and over through a cross section. Karora Resources is a producer. We have broken out to the upside of this long-term trend. And we're just pausing. At least today we were going sideways, pausing. We may rest a little bit before moving higher. Really depends on what gold does. And I think gold looks really good. Endeavor Silver, yeah, I got the arrow there. Let me get this thing out of our way. A little bit of a down day today. Still looking okay. These things like to cycle up and down. Looking at this, let me go on a big picture view, guys. We're down here. Silver doesn't look as good as some of the gold companies, but this is creating a large pattern that we are still in. And I think it still has some time to go before breaking out of it. SILJ, SILJ, the Silver Junior. We've broken to the upside. We're right on top of its support line here for SILJ, so it looks okay. Big picture view, we are still creating this massive pattern, and I still think it's going to take a little bit of time before silver really gets moving, I think. It's still good to be in these companies. It's still okay to hold on to them. I think they'll eventually all break out to the upside. GDX, looking a lot better than the silver companies. Where it looks like we're breaking these patterns on the short term. You can see this one's doing the turtle head out. It's got a little bit of a bloody nose today. And what a bloody nose is, it's got a little small down day next to this bigger up day. Right? Think of this as a tall guy standing with a little bloody nose. Usually it's a continuation pattern to the upside for the most part. Could we relax a little bit here? On the long term, yeah, we could before moving higher, but it looks good. I mean, this is a solid setup. MMNGF, another solid setup. I still like it over here. This is a little bit higher risk. It's a little exploration silver company, and maybe it takes a little bit more time before launching higher, but it's got the pattern. It's got the big pattern here. It's just going to take some time. Koyo Resources, another one that looks like it's trying to put in a bottom. A little bit of selling pressure today. It looks like we could head back a little bit and maybe pull back just a little bit before heading higher. Something on the lines of that. Discovery Silver, I mean, I'm looking for bottoming patterns in here. I don't really see anything. It's just kind of flowing out and kind of dripping sideways. I don't see any strong patterns, either lower or higher. It just looks like it wants to drift sideways at the moment. AG, First Majestic Silver, getting a little bit of selling pressure today. I'm going to have to reverse this and say it's probably going to go lower now that we have a short-term bearish engulfing on it. Every time we reach this kind of level in here, we get a little bit of a sell-off here. So we're kind of bouncing between these two lines here, moving sideways. Newmont, little bloody nose on it. We're right before the big term, big long-term resistance line. And we'll see if we can break that. Looking at Mag Silver, we've been chopping sideways for better over a year. We're right there at support. Yamana Gold, still moving higher. This thing has got some legs underneath it, so that's good. That's broken out of the pattern. I would not be chasing it up here at this point. We could see a pullback, return move before heading higher. Impact Silver, sideways. I mean, we're just chopping sideways. Aftermath Silver getting a little bit of a sell-off. We have not moved higher here. I'm getting rid of this thing. I've got a little bit of this is a bearish piercing yesterday here and a little bit of a sell-off today. We still have support underneath it down here. So we might just be chopping sideways continually. PLG getting a little bit of a sell-off, has a little wick at the bottom. This does have a bullish pattern before it. This is a bullish engulfing, so we'll see if it continues higher. Sandstorm Gold, again, we've broken this pattern to the upside. We could do a return move. I'm saying it's going to cycle its way higher with gold. And all of these are the case like that. Franco-Nevada is going to go up, and it's going to cycle higher with gold. EMX had a nice, good, strong day today, up 5.19%. Let's move the arrow out of here, get out of our way. I probably wouldn't be chasing it up here. You should have been a buyer down at the bottom on the break. Tune Resources, it's above support line, moving sideways. Wheaton Precious Metals, we've broken to the upside. That's what that arrow indicates. And we could come and sit and rest or come back and do a return move before heading higher. Gold Royalty Corporation, a little bit of a down day today. We could just drift sideways like we've been doing. Metallo Royalty it opened here and closed lower, so it's back inside the pattern again, unfortunately. So the buyers were not able to close and push it above the breakout. MMX, a little bit of a down day today, chopping sideways. Royal Gold getting a little bit higher up. This thing's already moved higher. I'm getting rid of that. This thing looks good on a long-term perspective, which then has to break the big guy up here. And then Osisko Gold Royalty just have a small down day today. I do believe that we're going to continue higher with the price of gold, but we were down today. So I do think gold's going to look good over the period of this expansionary phase of real estate. If something happens to real estate, then I will change my mind. But right now, everything looks good. Everything is holding solid. That's inflationary. If it's inflationary, we have rising interest rates. I think rising interest rates are going to pull us higher. I'll call it push, pull, whatever it is. It's gonna push the commodity sector higher because money's going to rotate out of bonds and probably rotate out of stocks as well. Stocks are selling off. It's putting pressure on everything across the board, on commodities and energy and everything. It's just that sell-off. It's putting pressure on things. So what I do is I don't do anything. I just hold on. I ride, and that's just what I do. I ride it and hold it. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.